Hey there, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If you just now discovered my channel, yay, you're here. Finally, I've been waiting for you. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate your support. And I especially love it when you comment down below. I love reading what your thoughts are on all of these movies. So today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Challengers. This very sexy sports drama opened in theaters just last week. I know I'm trying to catch up. So the movie is rated R. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes long, which is a pretty long movie. And my overall movie review mom grade is an A minus. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell. I'll point out things I liked, things I didn't like. I'll definitely give you tips for parents. This is not an appropriate movie for kids. I'll give you more details than that. And then I'll share some funny lines, interesting lines, themes worth talking about if you watch this with friends or family. And my goal is to save you time and money by giving you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching this particular film. So first, in a nutshell, my dad loved playing tennis and was extremely good at it, although he never competed professionally. But I was definitely interested in this film because I grew up on the tennis courts. Me, myself, I'm a horrible tennis player. I was such a disappointment to him. The story is about a former tennis prodigy turned coach who is married to a champion on a losing streak. Her strategy for her husband's comeback takes a surprising turn when he must face off against his former best friend and her former boyfriend. The film was directed by Luca Guadagnino. Writing credits go to Justin Karatzis. I'm probably slaughtering these names. And the film was recently nominated for The Next Big Thing by the Queer Tees. So let me give you some quick tips for parents before we dive into the content. We see full frontal male nudity. And then, close up. And then we see in a locker room other naked guys kind of wandering around quickly. There is profanity, crude language, and many F-bombs. One of the tennis players gets a warning for his audible obscenity. There is a lot of talk about, I don't know how I want to say it. We'll just say pleasuring oneself. It's super awkward, gross scenes where these conversations happen about it. We also see two men kissing passionately. So again, not appropriate for kids. And some adults may decide that alone, they're out. So that's why I try to give you the heads up so you can decide, because that's what you're going to be succumbed to. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well are tennis, competition, love triangle, control, ambition, betrayal, obsession, infidelity, and friendship. Ultimately, the movie's about friendship, believe it or not. So there was a lot that I really did like about this film. First of all, the leading cast is full of talent and sizzling chemistry. We've got Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Faist. And by the way, I don't know that I'd heard Josh O'Connor with an American accent like he has. Their performances are just really great, and it is a pleasure to watch them do their magic. Who knew that they could all play tennis so convincingly, too? We learn in an early scene that the S is added to the word challengers for a specific reason, and it's important, and that's obviously the title of the film. The movie poster is terrific, I think, because it says a lot, and maybe you're like, well, what does it say? Once you see the movie, you're going to read a lot more into the movie poster. There is a lot of humor, both physical and spoken. The musical score is energetic and often surprising. Fantastic camera work that builds tension and heart-pounding interest. The filming of the fast back and forth of the tennis matches in interesting ways had to have been really tricky, so kudos to that team. There's an interesting and important moment in the film when Zendaya's character is talking about how tennis is like a relationship where words aren't spoken, but souls meet in an almost magical way. And so the very last few moments of the film illustrate that powerful concept when one of the players reveals with a particular serve that something significant happened. And I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but pay attention to the details. I love details. And then there's this scream that also says 1,000 words without saying a word in particular. Anyway, it's really powerful. And the back and forth of the tennis matches perfectly describes the female protagonist's push and pull of her romantic feelings between these two men. Zendaya's character lives for a challenge, and she's only happy when there is a competition. There always should be a competition. That's a line that I just laugh at from Pitch Perfect. Anyway, there's this scream at the end, as I just mentioned, and it says so much, and it's going to make you want to rewind and go, wait, what did she say? Wait, what? Now, with all of that praise, there were a few things that I didn't like or just thought could have been done differently or better. For example, some viewers will be able to understand that there's a jump back in time at about the 20-minute mark. Now, it's not immediately clear, and the whole film bounces back and forth throughout the timeline, and that can be a little bit confusing. So pay attention to the hairstyles. That alone will help you to figure out where you are in the timeline, as there aren't always obvious title cards on the screen to tell you, 5 years ago, 3 years later. That's a line from SpongeBob. Anyway, just pay attention to the hairstyles, and I think that you'll be fine. Several scenes could have easily been cut just to reduce the overall length of the movie. They didn't necessarily add anything. You didn't miss anything, or you wouldn't miss anything if they were removed. But the movie's intense, and it slows it down just a little bit in a few scenes. And I think it would have benefited the movie to just cut and keep going. A few times it's hard to hear what people are saying because the music is so loud. And so that was a little frustrating. I kept leaning forward thinking, okay, I'm missing something. I don't know what was said. So whenever I watch movies, I write down funny lines and interesting lines simply so you can get a taste and feel for the dialogue and script writing quality. I have them all on my written review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share some of them with you right now. So Zendaya's character's name is Tashi, and she's clearly picked up on the fact that both of these guys have a complete crush on her. And so she's kind of sitting between them, and she's like, how often does this happen? Going after the same girl? And Patrick, who's played by Josh O'Connor, says, not as often as you'd think. I don't know why, it just made me laugh. And then another line that Josh O'Connor's character says is, it's nice to see you lit up about something, even if it is my girlfriend. So Josh O'Connor says at one point, hitting a ball with a racket is a great way to avoid having a job, which of course, professional tennis players have a job. It's playing tennis. Anyway, I just thought that that was interesting, but then he recognized, that's a good way to earn a living, is playing, playing tennis. And then Zendaya says to a character, you want my best piece of advice for you? You want me to coach you? Okay, quit, which was pretty harsh. Anyway, I won't give you any spoilers on what that's all about, but there's more to that. So the biggest thing you need to know about this movie is it is highly sexually charged, and some people will love that about this film. Others are just going to be really intrigued by yet one more piece of film by director Guadagnino. And so I wanted to point out 3 films that you might be interested in seeing about him. He's known for creating very dark, intriguing films. The first one is called Call Me by My Name. And by the way, I've got links down below for all 3 of these films where they'll link you over to Amazon, where you can purchase or rent the video. And it doesn't cost you any more, but by clicking on my link, Amazon spreads love all over my bank account, and I appreciate your support. Anyway, the next one is called Suspira, also by the same director. And it's intriguing and dark, just like the title sounds. And then the last one is called Bones and All. And the whole time I'm like, oh. But it's also sweet at the same time. That's why I think this director is really interesting. And the darkness in Champions isn't quite as dark as any of these other movies. But he definitely has a style, and I'm excited to see what else he's going to bring us. All right, so thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope my reviews are helpful. If they are, give me a thumbs up or like the channel or subscribe. That's even helpful too. And all of those are free actions, and I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.